Next week promises to be data-rich, providing a short-term signal of how the local economy is faring. Mining production data for the month of November will be out. This sector, along with others, has been hampered by ongoing power blackouts, while transportation constraints at Transnet have also negatively impacted production. Retail sales data have been steadily slowing in the last reported months on an annualized basis, this being a reflection of consumers struggling with the higher cost of living. Next week, we'll get an update on November retail sales, the month of Black Friday sales, where we'll get a sense of the extent to which consumers took advantage of the discounted prices that were on offer. Importantly and topically, the December consumer price inflation data will be released. The November print slowed to 7.4% from 7.6% in October. However, food and non-alcoholic beverages, housing and utilities as well as transport have kept inflation elevated. There's been a hope of a steady deceleration in consumer prices. And with fuel prices having risen at a much slower pace and with some fuel products decreasing in December, this may contribute to a softer CPI reading. But the latest decision by NERSA to raise electricity tariffs by 18.7% effective from April this year has been flagged as a cause for concern in terms of contributing to higher inflation going forward. All these economic developments come in the context where there are worries about global economic growth, which would adversely affect South Africa's fortunes.
One of the big things that are on investors' minds at the moment, I think, are just considering the growth slowdown that we are seeing globally. It really comes down to how severe is that continued slowdown in global growth going to be. Many people are worried about the potential for a global recession. And so I would say that is perhaps one of the big things that are one of the key themes heading into this year is, are we in fact heading into a recession? And if we are, how severe might that recession be and how should one react to that?
The general consensus among economists has been, even though South Africa may have reached the peak of inflation last year, and despite the economy operating at subpar, it's likely that the Reserve Bank will continue to hike rates this year, perhaps at a slower pace, in order to arrest any price instability. Nompumelelo Siziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.